Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
Welcome back to our channel. Today is a thrilling day to be a fan of Genoa City drama, and we have so much to unpack. If you are still trying to catch your breath after that shocking cliffhanger, you are definitely not alone. We are diving deep into the wreckage today, so let us get right into it. I cannot even process what I just watched. I am literally typing this at 2 in the morning because my adrenaline is completely through the roof. And I desperately need to vent to people who actually understand what is happening in Genoa City right now. Am I the only one who had to rewind the last 10 minutes of the episode just to make sure I was not hallucinating? Because I am sorry, but that was one of the most insane, heart-stopping sequences this show has ever pulled off. I have been watching since 2015, and I have seen some truly wild stuff over the years. But this completely takes the cake and smashes it into the ground. I am half celebrating because the drama is so incredibly good, and I am half complaining because my anxiety absolutely cannot handle this level of intense stress. We desperately need to talk about Kane. We need to talk about Lily, and we absolutely positively have to talk about that catastrophic car crash. Wait, I am getting way ahead of myself. Let me back up and take a breath. We need to address the massive, terrifying elephant in the room first. Kane Ashby, or should I say Aristotle Dumas? I mean, I actually laughed out loud when he first dropped that ridiculous name a while back because it sounded so utterly absurd. It sounded like a cheap cartoon villain from a comic book. But let me tell you, nobody is laughing now. Because ever since he fully embraced this Aristotle Dumas persona, he has completely and totally changed. It is a total horrifying psychological break. He has shed every single ounce of humanity, empathy, and love he ever possessed. The Kane who loved his family, the Kane who fought so hard for redemption all those years ago, that guy is dead and buried. Aristotle is cold, he is calculating, and he is deeply, genuinely thumb dork. He is ruthless in a way that actually makes my blood run cold every time he smirks. And the absolute pure hatred he has for Lily and Victor, it is practically radiating off the television screen. You can literally see the venom in his eyes. He absolutely despises them with every fiber of his being. He blames them for every single thing that has gone wrong in his miserable, pathetic life, and he is willing to do literally anything to completely destroy them. He does not just want to beat them in a boardroom or steal their companies. He wants to obliterate them. He wants to erase them from the face of the earth. Remember when Kane and Lily were the ultimate super couple? Remember when we rooted for them to overcome everything? Yeah, that feels like a million lifetimes ago now. Now he is just a vicious monster wearing Kane's face, plotting in the shadows. But let us talk about the queen herself, Lily Winters, because Lily is not backing down for a single second. And I am so incredibly here for it. She is so fiercely angry, and she has every single right in the world to be. She has been pushed around, manipulated, lied to, and underestimated for way too long by the men in her life. She sees exactly what Kane is doing. She sees right through the Aristotle Dumas facade, and she wants to change everything. She wants to defeat him. She wants to rip his little evil empire apart piece by piece and take back her rightful power. And I absolutely love seeing this burning fire in her. She is not playing the crying victim, she is strategizing. She is making aggressive moves. She is building alliances, which is exactly why she was in that car with the great Victor Newman in the first place on that fateful, terrifying night. So picture this perfectly crafted scene. It is late at night. The atmosphere is already incredibly tense, thick enough to cut with a knife. Lily and Victor have just wrapped up what had to be the most intense, high stakes, secret meeting of their entire lives. You just know they were plotting. You know they were putting the strategic pieces together to take down Aristotle Dumas once and for all. Victor is driving her home himself. The great untouchable Victor Newman chauffeuring Lily because the stakes are just that astronomically high and they absolutely cannot trust anyone else with this information. They are in the car, the streetlights are flashing by in the dark, the background music is ominously low, and you just know deep in your gut that something terrible is about to happen. and then bam, the tire blows out. But I am telling you, it was not just a normal everyday blowout. You could hear the sheer explosive violence of it through the speakers. The heavy luxury car swerves wildly, violently out of control. The sound of the screeching tires is going to literally haunt my nightmares for weeks to come. The vehicle hits the steep embankment and flips. It does not just roll over once and stop. It flips completely upside down in this horrifying, agonizing, slow motion sequence of shattering glass, crushing metal, and flying sparks. I literally stopped breathing. I was clutching my throw pillow so hard my knuckles were pure white. Victor and Lily, two of the most powerful, untouchable people in all of Genoa City, completely helpless, violently tossed around, and trapped in a mangled, terrifying wreck of twisted steel. But of course, because this is our beloved dramatic soap opera, the horror absolutely does not stop there. The car finally stops flipping, and for a terrifying second, there is just this eerie, dead silence. And then you see it. The spark, the bright orange flames start licking the side of the crushed engine block. The car is on fire. It is completely upside down, crushed into the pavement, and catching fire rapidly. And Victor Newman is unconscious. The legendary mustache is completely out cold, bleeding heavily from his forehead, violently pinned behind the crushed steering wheel. I was screaming at my television set. Victor has survived getting shot. He has survived being kidnapped. He has survived countless heart issues and evil plots, but I genuinely, truly thought this might be the actual end of him. The flames were growing so incredibly fast. The black smoke was rapidly filling the tight cabin. Then, miraculously, Lily wakes up. She is visibly disoriented. She is bleeding from the crash. She is absolutely terrified out of her mind. But you guys, we have to talk about the sheer unstoppable willpower of this incredible woman. She realizes the car is burning. She realizes Victor is unconscious and bleeding out, and she does not freeze in panic. Well, she panics, but she channels that fear into pure adrenaline. She violently struggles, manages to unbuckle her jammed seatbelt, and falls hard to the roof of the upside down car. She kicks and smashes her way out of the shattered side window. She is out. She is finally safe on the cold asphalt. She could have just run away. She could have easily saved herself and left him. But she turns back. She looks at the roaring flames. She looks at a helpless Victor, and she dives right back into that burning, suffocating wreckage without a second thought. I am getting legitimately emotional just typing this out. Lily Winters dragging the absolute dead weight of Victor Newman out of a burning, smoking car. Do you realize how incredibly heavy he is? Do you realize how physically impossible that should be for her? But the adrenaline, the absolute fierce refusal to let Kane win this sick game gives her this unbelievable superhuman strength. She is violently coughing on the toxic black smoke. The heat is blistering her skin. The roaring flames are literally inches away from their faces. She grabs Victor by his suit jacket, pulling and dragging with every single ounce of strength she has left in her battered body. I mean, give her the Emmy right now. Give her all the daytime awards immediately. It was the most badass, incredibly heroic thing I have ever seen her do in all my years of watching. She finally agonizingly gets him out of the crushed door frame. She frantically drags him across the rough asphalt, pulling him as far away from the burning wreckage as her completely exhausted body can possibly manage. And the second they are finally clear of the vehicle, the car completely explodes. A massive, deafening, terrifying fireball that completely lights up the entire dark night sky. The sheer force of the shockwave knocks Lily violently to the ground, and she instinctively shields Victor's unconscious body with her own. The blistering heat, the dangerous flying debris, the sheer absolute destruction of it all. If she had hesitated for even 5 measly seconds, they would both be completely dead, completely incinerated on the side of the road. I had to literally pause the show just to wipe the cold sweat off my forehead. It was absolute cinematic perfection. And then the final scene, the twist, the reveal that made me scream, because we all knew deep down it was not a tragic accident. Tires do not just randomly blow out like that on a heavily serviced luxury armored car. The camera slowly cuts away from the burning wreckage, away from Lily desperately gasping for air. Next to an unconscious Victor, it cuts to a dark, shadowy room. And there he is, Kane, Aristotle Dumas, sitting in the pitch black, watching a live news report or listening to a police scanner with this sick, twisted, deeply satisfied smirk plastered across his face. He was the mastermind all along. He orchestrated the entire horrific thing. He deliberately sabotaged the car. He tried to brutally murder his ex-wife and the most powerful man in town in one single ruthless, cowardly strike. I am sorry, but how do we even begin to process this level of darkness? Kane literally tried to burn Lily alive, the beloved mother of his children, the woman he spent years crying and begging for forgiveness from. It just absolutely proves what I was saying earlier. Kane is entirely gone. Aristotle Dumas is a remorseless, cold-blooded killer. He did not even flinch when he heard that the car exploded. He did not show a single solitary ounce of regret or remorse. He just smiled that evil smile because now the stakes are literally life and death. This is not about silly corporate espionage or stealing contracts anymore. This is a full-blown bloody war. Okay, let me get back to the main point here. Let us really think about the massive earth-shattering implications of this event. When Victor finally wakes up in the hospital, he is going to realize that Lily Winters saved his life. Do you understand what that means in the grand scheme of Genoa City? Victor Newman does not owe anyone anything ever. But now he owes Lily his literal life. The entire power dynamic of the show has completely shifted in one night. Lily wanted to regain her power. Well, she just secured the ultimate, unbreakable, most dangerous alliance possible. Victor is going to unleash absolute hell on whoever did this to them. And when he finds out it was Kane, when he finds out Aristotle Dumas tried to assassinate him and the woman who saved him, oh my God, the wrath of Victor Newman is going to be absolutely biblical. And Lily is going to be standing right beside him, leading the vicious charge. Kane thinks he is so incredibly smart. He thinks he actually won tonight, but he just made the biggest, most fatal mistake of his entire life. You do not miss when you take a shot at the king. And you certainly, absolutely do not underestimate the sheer willpower of Lily Winters. Kane's little Aristotle Dumas persona is going to completely crumble into dust when these two titans come for him. I am already dreading the anxiety of the upcoming episodes, but I am also so incredibly hyped. I cannot even sleep. I want to see Lily tear his empire apart. I want to see Victor destroy his entire life and lock him away forever. I know some fans in the online forums are desperately saying that Kane might have a secret brain tumor or he is being mind controlled by someone else or whatever crazy soap trope, but honestly, I do not want a redemption arc for this. You absolutely cannot redeem trying to blow up your ex-wife in a fiery car crash. I want him to go down as a legendary, unredeemable villain. I want this upcoming war to be messy, deeply emotional, and absolutely brutal to watch. Lily completely deserves her cold hard revenge, and I am going to be glued to my television screen every single day watching her finally get it. Okay, I seriously need to go drink some water, take some deep breaths, and try to calm down before I wake up my entire house with my ranting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments because I am completely losing my mind over here.